Today we're going to look at the literacy cycle, and this is a tool that you can use in your classroom to develop and implement literacy strategies for your learners. Now on your screen is the diagram of the literacy cycle, and I just want to point out that a cycle is continuous. So once you have completed it or you are at the final stage of the cycle, it's not an endpoint. You need to automatically be starting or progressing to the next cycle. It's a continuous movement. You should be following the cycle all the time. I'm just going to quickly look at all the stages of the cycle, but the modules that follow on from this will go into each stage at more detail. The first stage is goal or goal setting, and this is where you set out your literacy goals for your learners. What exactly do you want them to achieve? The second stage is planning, and this is where you work out how you're going to get the learners to achieve those goals. What resources do you need? What teaching methodologies do you need to look at? How are you going to introduce the skill and develop it over time? All of this is discussed and worked out during the planning stage. The next stage is teaching, and this is where we spend most of our time in the classroom. And this is where you carry out what you've actually planned. It also includes assessments and different dynamic ways of teaching to try and reach as many learners as possible. The fourth stage is evaluation, and this is where you assess learners on the skills that you've taught them. You want to see at what point are they at, how well do they understand it, have they mastered the skill, and this is all found out, or you find this out during evaluation. The fifth stage is reporting, and this is where teachers fall short because it's often a stage that is left out, and it's a very important stage. It's where you sit down and you look at the goals that you set for your learners and you compare them to how your learners actually performed. What did they achieve? The last stage is reflection, and this is where you take the information that you've uncovered through reporting back and you decide what needs to be changed. What can I do to improve? Okay, so that was a quick look at one overview of the literacy cycle. The next modules, like I said before, are going to explain it in a bit more detail, and I'm going to leave you with a quote from Kofi Annan.